Tensions in West Asia remain high, but fresh diplomatic efforts are underway to prevent a dangerous escalation between the US and Iran, with Turkey stepping in as a mediator and Washington, D.C. signaling openness to talks. There are renewed calls for dialogue even as military preparedness continues on both sides.
Tensions between the United States and Iran remain fragile, but diplomatic efforts are gaining momentum. Turkey has stepped in to mediate between Tehran and Washington, even as US President Donald Trump signals a possible easing of immediate military threats. In Istanbul, Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi held talks with his Turkish counterpart Hakan Fidan as Ankara pushes for renewed dialogue between the two longtime rivals. Turkey says restarting talks on Iran's nuclear program could deliver gains for all sides and open the door to lifting sanctions on Tehran.
These negotiations will also pave the way for the lifting of sanctions against Iran and its integration into the international economic system. These steps will provide significant gains for all parties.
Iran, meanwhile, says it is ready for fair and equitable negotiations, but insists its missile program is not up for discussion.
I should also state unequivocally that Iran's defensive and missile capabilities and Iran's missiles will never be the subject of any negotiations. If the negotiations are conducted in a fair and equitable manner, the Islamic Republic of Iran is ready to take part in these talks and in such negotiations.
At the same time, Tehran has warned that it will respond decisively to any aggression, even as it maintains it does not seek war, as spelled out by Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian to the UAE President. President Trump has also sought to lower the temperature, saying he hopes to avoid military action and that talks with Iran remain possible despite the US military maintaining readiness in the region.
Mr. President, have you had any conversations with Iran in the last few days, and are you planning on any?
I have had, and I am planning on it, yeah. We have a lot of very big, very powerful ships sailing to Iran right now, and it would be great if we didn't have to use them.
The international community has called for restraint. United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has urged diplomacy over confrontation, warning that global challenges cannot be solved through force.
Global problems will not be solved by one power calling the shots, nor will they be solved by two powers carving the world into rival spheres of influence. It is important to accelerate deliberately and with determination multipolarity, one that is networked, inclusive by design, and capable of creating balance through partnerships. Partnerships in trade, in technology, and in international cooperation.
As regional and global players call for dialogue, all eyes are now on whether diplomacy can prevent another flashpoint in West Asia. Bureau Report, DD India.